広がる闇の中交わし合った革命のちぎり誰にも邪魔させるわけにはいかないから告げた未来夢理想に変える誰もが望んだ終わりを広がる闇の中交わし合った革命のちぎり誰にも邪魔させるわけにはいかないいつか僕が見せてあげる光り輝く世界を
You there.
Yeah?
Listen carefully. I came to Japan as part of a secret investigation, so the local police can't find out that
I understand. I promise I won't tell anyone that I met you, and of course, that includes my father.
Well, then, please excuse me.
It's just as I thought. Anyway, I don't want the police to know that I've come into contact with an FBI agent either. If my father ever found out, there's no doubt he'd let Elle know. It's obvious that he doesn't suspect me. And as for the police, I'm sure they'll treat this as just another unfortunate accident.
Hey, welcome back.
What a day.
Ray, what's the matter? Something happened, didn't it? I've never heard you sigh like that.
Yeah. The bus I was on got hijacked, if you can believe it.
A bus jacking?
Some junkie robbed a bank 2 days ago, and I guess he wanted to try taking on a bus today. I didn't think this kind of thing happened here.
So you were already riding the bus when the hijacker got on?
Yeah. And in the end, the guy freaked out, jumped off the bus, and got hit by a car.
Did he die?
Yeah, probably. I couldn't really stick around to see what happened to him.
You know, it's a little hard to believe that that was all a coincidence, don't you think?
What do you mean?
Think about it. You got on that bus because you were investigating someone, right? And now you're telling me that this criminal is most likely dead. Doesn't that suggest that you...
That's enough. Look, darling, you and I know you used to be one of the best agents in the FBI, but now you're my fiancé, Naomi. We talked about this. You're not an agent anymore, so just leave it alone.
But...
You wouldn't get involved with the Kira case, and you wouldn't do anything dangerous. That's what you promised when we decided you'd come with me so I could meet your parents in Japan. You do remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's just force of habit. Sorry about that.
No, I should be sorry. Let's forget about it. Anyway, once we have a few kids running around, you'll probably be so busy you'll forget you were ever an agent. Your mind will be occupied with better things, too. More importantly, tell me how I can convince your dad I'm worthy of his daughter. Kira doesn't scare me half as much as he does.
Oh, let me guess. You're about to write down the name of that agent, aren't you? The one from the bus.
Not yet. I'm gonna wait 1 week before writing his name. If he dies right after meeting me, I'll only draw attention to myself. I'll write his name in here once I've given them time to investigate more people with ties to the police. It'll be less obvious that way. In the meantime, I think I'll use some of those inmates I've been keeping alive to play around with Elle a little more.
Elle. Another victim. This one left what appears to be a suicide note.
Please, send it to me. Gods of Death. L, do you know? Gods of Death. Is he trying to tell us that gods of death exist? Listen, Watari. Tell the police to monitor prison populations closely for the next few days. Kira may use other suicide notes to communicate with us.
Understood.
This place is crawling with humans. How you gonna do it here?
Let's just say you're about to see the results of all the research and experiments I've been doing over the last few days.
Experiments?
Yeah. I've been using known criminals who live in this part of town to test out different killing methods, and I've learned a lot about the Death Note. For example, if I write a cause of death and the circumstances leading up to it, I can add a name afterwards and it'll still happen.
Ooh, even I didn't know that one.
He's here. Right on time. Mr. Ray Penber. Turn around and you're dead. I am Kira. That's right. Don't turn around or put your hands in your pockets. I won't hesitate to kill you here.
It couldn't be. This voice. I've heard it somewhere.
But first, I'm gonna prove to you that I'm Kira. Do you see the man working over there at the coffee shop? That's right, the one sweeping the floor. I'm gonna kill him just for you.
But how? Don't do it.
I'm afraid I had no choice but to kill him. I figured if I didn't kill at least one person, you wouldn't believe me. Although that man has been repeatedly charged with sexual assault, he's managed to avoid conviction every time due to lack of evidence. He was a menace to society. He got what he deserved. I can only assume that Elle has already informed you of this. I can't kill someone who I haven't seen. I have to know their face, which means, of course, I could easily kill all these people right now if I wanted to. Go ahead and choose someone if you want.
Don't do it. I believe you. You're Kira.
I'm sure you care more about your loved ones than any of these people here. Imagine how you'd feel if one of them was killed just because you refused to cooperate. I think you should consider them the real hostages at the moment.
How do you know about her?
You seem surprised. I've been investigating you. And if you don't do exactly as I say, she will die. And so will the rest of your family, including you. And that's a promise.
I understand. Just tell me what you need me to do.
I see you've got your laptop with you. I want the files containing the identities of all the FBI agents who came to Japan.
I do have my laptop with me. It's the one I use for work, but I don't have the files you're looking for.
All right. Then take this envelope.
Huh?
First, take the transceiver out of the envelope, then put the earpiece in and await my instructions.
A transceiver? This thing looks like a toy. But there'll be no record of this transmission anywhere. And it allows us to converse from a close distance, even underground. He really thought this through.
All right. Now get on the Yamanote line. Inner or outer route. It doesn't matter which direction you take. I'll be close by at all times, which means I'll be watching your every move. When you get on the train, pick a spot in front of you and don't take your eyes off it. If I see you looking around, I will kill you. Once you've boarded, I want you to take the seat closest to the doors. If it's occupied, wait until it's free. Now, I'm going to ask you something. If I have even the slightest suspicion that you're not being honest, your girlfriend is as good as dead. How many FBI agents are currently in Japan? Speak quietly into the transceiver and don't make it obvious.
I believe it's 4 teams, 3 agents per team for a total of 12.
Okay. Now take the papers out of the envelope.
Huh? What is this?
Of those 12 agents you mentioned, I want you to write down the name of your superior, the one who's heading up this investigation, in the space at the very top of the page.
What is the meaning of this? What is he after? Let's face it, he hasn't really left me any choice. Besides, it's not like he can kill them using just their names.
Next, take out your laptop and turn it on. Any minute now, your boss is going to send you a message with a file attachment. It contains the names and photos of all the FBI agents currently active in Japan.
But this is...
Now, one by one, you're going to look at each photo and then write that agent's name in the space provided. You're going to do this for each agent.
It doesn't make sense. If he's got the names already, why use me? What's he planning to do with them?
Good. Looks like you're done. Now put the transceiver and all the papers back into the original envelope and place them on the rack directly above your head. After that, you're going to stay in your seat and ride the train for at least another 30 minutes. When you are absolutely certain that nobody will notice you leaving without the envelope, you can get off the train.
I know that voice. Why on earth can't I remember who it belongs to? Kira, who are you? Like Yagami.
Farewell, Ray Penber. Ray Penber wrote all of those names on pages taken from the Death Note. Ironic. Without even realizing it, he was actually signing a death warrant for all of his colleagues. As for Penber's boss, he died of a heart attack after sending all of his agents a file. And the other 11 investigators? They all died of heart attacks after receiving the same file.
L, you have a call from the director of the FBI.
It's me. I've got a report in front of me right now stating that all of our agents in Japan are dead. All 12 died of heart attacks. I can only assume that Kira is behind this. Look, I'm sorry, but it's already decided. We're calling off our investigation.
I have Chief Yagami on the line. L, I just got off the phone with the director of the FBI. According to him, it seems that you arranged for the FBI to come to Japan and investigate everyone here associated with the task force.
Yes, I did.
So how do you explain this? Are we now suspects in our own investigation?
I felt that it was necessary to uncover Kira's identity.
I cannot accept that. I find it unbelievable that you would spy on us.
The very people working with you on this case.
Hear that? Well, I knew all along we couldn't trust that guy.
More importantly, Kira killed those FBI agents, didn't he?
It's obvious he'll kill anyone who gets in his way, whether they're criminals or not.
So much for his sense of justice. He's a murderer.
We have another victim. A note was found at the scene.
L. Do you know Gods of Death? Love apples.
Damn you, Kira.
He's dead. Ray's dead. No, he was murdered by Kira.
So what's with the family meeting, Dad?
I figured you're going to find out sooner or later, so I might as well tell you now. I don't want you to be alarmed. I'm sure you've heard of this Kira investigation. Well, I'm currently in charge of it.
What? Are you serious? That's totally awesome, Dad. You're the best cop ever.
That's not quite the point I'm trying to make.
Oh?
You see, the truth is, the FBI sent 12 of their agents to Japan to assist us in finding Kira, and all of them died yesterday.
Does that mean they were all killed by Kira?
What?
What I'm saying is there's a chance that Kira will actually try to kill anyone who comes after him. His crimes are ruthless and more frightening than anything we've seen. Many detectives have already quit.
Dad, you should quit too. I don't want you to die. What if he gets you?
That's right. Your life is so much more important than some job.
I can't. I could never forgive myself if I walked away from this. I will not sit back and let evil triumph.
But, Dad, you...
Please, dear.
I think it's honorable of you, Dad. I'm proud to be able to call you my father. And if anything should ever happen to you, I'm going to find Kira. And make sure he gets executed.
We now know that Kira doesn't just target criminals. He'll kill anyone who opposes him. It's quite possible that we may all be killed by Kira. Think of your own lives, your families, and all the others you'd be leaving behind. If anyone wants to leave this investigation, now is the time. You won't be demoted if you choose not to stay. You have my word. But if you're not absolutely sure, then we don't need you. You have to be willing to fight against him, even if that means making the ultimate sacrifice. That is all.
So, what are you gonna do?
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, that's him all right. There's no doubt about it. I remember him because he told us to get down, but I don't really remember any of the other passengers.
I see. Well, thanks for talking with me anyway. I appreciate it. It's a bit of a long shot, but if what I'm thinking is right, Kira could have been one of the passengers on the bus that day. And if that is the case, then I know that he's close enough to use this bus route.
Five men, huh? Well, 6, including myself. Still, I'm grateful to see that there are as many as 5 of you willing to risk your lives to face evil.
The fact that you've chosen to stay means you have a strong sense of justice. I trust all of you.
Huh? Hold on a second. El just said that he's decided to trust us now. But honestly, what reason do we have to trust him?
Look, El. All of us have agreed to put our lives at risk to bring Kira to justice. So I hope you understand what this means. We're really sticking our necks out here.
But you never have to show your face, do you? You just give the orders. I don't see how you can expect us to work alongside you under those conditions.
El, if all of us are going to work together on this investigation, and if you truly meant what you said about trusting the 6 of us, could you come here so we can all meet in person?
The thought had already crossed my mind. After all, I did say that I trusted all of you.
Why is he seeking our help now? There's only 6 of us. He's solved all these difficult cases by himself in the past, so what makes this one so different? The way El's been conducting things so far, odds are he's gonna send a stand-in or a proxy of some kind to meet us instead of coming himself. It's not like we'd ever know.
A proxy, huh? Well, it is possible.
I believe El. I think we can trust him. And besides, I don't really see how we can solve this case without his help.
I agree. From the beginning, he's been very upfront about the fact that he would need the help of the police on this case. Perhaps we should think of it like he's been waiting for this to happen all along.
Why would he do something like that?
There were a number of people on the task force who distrusted El before this investigation began, and once we got started, we had detectives resigning left and right. Following that, classified information was leaked, so I'm not surprised that he didn't trust us.
In other words, he was waiting for the task force to get narrowed down to only those investigators he could trust, and to do that, he needed to weed out anyone who wasn't totally committed.
If we're working with that guy, I'm leaving the task force. You don't have to worry. I won't try to follow you. I'm not interested in finding El.
Well, I think we can trust El, so I'd be willing to cooperate with him on this investigation.
Count me in.
I'm staying in a suite at the Tato Hotel at the moment, but I'll be switching hotels every few days from this point on. I want you to think of these hotel rooms as the de facto headquarters of this investigation. If this arrangement is acceptable to all of you, then split into 2 groups and stagger your arrivals so you come 30 minutes apart. Please arrange it so you're all here at midnight.
Kira, it seems we're getting closer to each other in equal steps. It's only a matter of time before we collide. So be it. I'm ready to show my face. I'll make my first public appearance as L. If you ever manage to find out about these secret meetings, I'm sure you'd feel compelled to move in. That's what I'm counting on.
I've been quite active over these last few days. Think carefully. Was there anything I missed? And what comes next? There are endless possibilities. The real battle is only just beginning.
It's unlocked. Please, let yourselves in.
This woman, if she had spoken to the police before I met her. But it seems there's a god on my side after all, and not just a god of death.